Hello, trading is closed on July 20th, 2021. As always, we start with our disclaimer. Just remember, this is my plan for tomorrow, July 21st, 2021. My plan can change, I can be completely wrong, and all trades should be at your own risk. Yesterday we said there was support at the low and that the volume spike often was associated with a low. So that worked. Called for the pattern with the early low, and that worked. And we said, well, I'll say now that tomorrow has the early high. We also said once this breaks, which hasn't happened yet, we should trade much lower. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Here's a review of what we said. We got the most common thing, a gap and prompt move outside the day's range. I think the odds have increased. We've made a major high, but we still have to undercut some lows, as we've said before, or else we can be proven wrong. During the day, MEJT gave an ultimate sell signal. We got the minimum. We got a bit more than the minimum. We don't have to get more, but we usually do. MEJT said this drop was false, price would retrace. Said the rally was false, prices have already retraced. We have an optional target for tomorrow, 42.93.32. It's considerably under where we closed. Doesn't have to print, that's why it's optional, but usually it will, far more often than not. And unless we gap up smartly, I'm looking for this to print. Once again, it doesn't have to under the rules. We had a drop on big volume yesterday, tends to be low. Had a strong rally, volume dried up. I'm, for now at least, believing the strong volume drop. It rallied enough so we don't have to go any higher to satisfy the call for that being a low. We gapped up, rallied all day. Here's a high, higher high, closed under all the highs. It's a negative pattern. Either you gap and take these highs out early, or we see lower prices tomorrow. Doesn't mean you have to close lower, but I would expect us to. While it's impossible to be certain of the wave count at this point in the pattern, too many valid counts, I tried to save the one I had yesterday by making this an ending diagonal triangle. Probably doesn't break any rules, but I don't think it's the cleanest count out there. If it's right, we've completed an ABC down. We've now done 5 waves up for A of the next pattern. The count that looks cleaner has us making an A and a B and 1, 2, 3 of wave C with A, B, and C with a good fib relationship between C and A, stretched about as far as it normally goes. If that's right, we shouldn't go much higher because wave magenta 4 shouldn't intersect magenta 1. You'll see it stop just short of it. And if it's right, we have good fibs right at today's high. If it's true, we'll have a wave 5 down, an impulsive wave, and it may well truncate to keep this fib intact. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. Usually it's a bullish day with the final hour high. Failure is a straight line drop. Today's strong rally gave a VIX Bollinger Band reversal buy signal. It's a buy signal, but if I've seen these things fail if we get a strong decline the next day. And that's what, if you're a bear, that's what you want to see happen. We gapped up, hit a higher high, closed under the intraday highs. Unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, should see lower prices sometime tomorrow. There's a lower MEJT target. Doesn't have to print tomorrow, but usually does. That's why it's optional. So no rules violated if it's not seen. We usually get more from yesterday's early drop than we did, and we usually get more from today's ultimate sell. Bears need validation of yesterday's drop. Declining tomorrow would be the best way to get it. It's highly likely to occur, but it's not a lock under the rules I use. Early high tomorrow, usually a rally day, failure is a straight line drop. I'm hoping to see the straight line drop, and I think it's most likely, but I freely admit it's not guaranteed. And that is today's call.